Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about genomics, gene editing, why legacy media, why traditional investors will never understand these revolutionary technologies, why they will be late to the party, and why you as an investor have to be aware of this dynamic. You have to be aware of this environment because it will affect how you perceive this environment, how you perceive these technologies. I want to talk about this in this video. Now, before we even do that, guys, please like this video, smash that like button. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. A lot of you have been liking our videos. I think in one video we had like the first 30 views had like almost 15 likes. So thank you very much for the support, guys. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please subscribe, share this video to your friends and family or other investors. Really helps this channel on social media platform and everything. I know it's just a quick click, it's a quick share, but it really helps this channel. You guys know how the YouTube algorithms work. Let's try to support each other. This is what this channel is about. This is what this community is about. So thank you very much for the support, guys. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to talk about the traditional media, legacy investors, why they will never understand companies like CRISPR Therapeutics, Beam Therapeutics, up until the FDA approves certain CRISPR drugs. And I'll talk about this briefly. But the reason why I got to this point in today's video is I was looking at CRISPR Therapeutics price action here. And obviously, a huge jump in the past days, right? And there have been several reasons for that. One, the obvious is markets have been up. A lot of tech value stocks have been really up, rallying up. I think we're going away from this little sideways trading that we had for the previous months. And I think we're starting to get back the momentum. Investors are starting to pour back money. And also because data was positive for a company like CRISPR Therapeutics, their last data set they released a week ago, it has been positive. We covered this in this channel, so please watch that video if you're interested. And there's a couple of other reasons, right? But as I went through this webpage here that you're looking at, I saw this news from this website, Investors Observer, right? Does CRISPR Therapeutics have what it takes to be in your portfolio on Wednesday? Right? And as I clicked on it, right, as I clicked on it, says does CRISPR, okay, and then it says CRISPR Therapeutic is in the middle of its industry group according to Investors Observer. CRISPR gets an overall rating of 33. That means that it scores higher than 33% of the stocks. I mean, what is this? Like biotechnology is number 111 out of 148 industries, and obviously it talks about the ratings. And I'm not going to pay for to see further about this BS that's released about this company and the industry itself, right? And look at this 30. What is this? Like this is so bad, and you have to pay to even get more information. I really think this is a big problem in the industry, guys. I really think this is something we should be talking about a lot more. So, for me personally, as an investor, I would not have known about the biotech industry. I would not have known about CRISPR technology. Definitely not about these gene editing companies if it wasn't for social media platforms, right? If it wasn't for Reddit, if it wasn't for Twitter, if it wasn't for such mediums, I definitely would not have known about these industries. And the same story goes for other industries as well, like Tesla, right? Electrical vehicles, the energy side of things, or even crypto, right? If all I relied was on legacy media and on these types of web pages that really, there's no premise to this. Like, what is this? Like 30 rank? Like, that means like 70% of stocks out there are more favorable than a company like CRISPR Therapeutics that we believe that will be worth $1 trillion market cap alone. Just this company, and we're not talking about the other companies in this field, right? Just this company will be worth about $1 trillion by the end of 2025, 2026. We strongly believe this could be a possibility. Again, it's not financial advice, guys. Please do your own research. But it all depends on how the FDA approves the CTX001. Once they approve it, we believe it will be done by 2022. This company, CRISPR Therapeutics, is going mass market. It's going commercial. We talked numerous times about this in this channel. There's a reason why they hired Philippe Drouet, the chief commercial officer of this company, earlier this year. You don't just hire a commercial officer just for the sake of it. It's because you're positioning yourself. You're in deep discussions about regulations with the FDA, about delays, about reducing delays, reducing costs, reducing the entry of barriers. And then there's other companies, right? Beam Therapeutics, right? Licensing their technology to a company like Verve Therapeutics that just went public recently, right? Again, we covered that news as well in this channel. So I just find this absolutely crazy that you have these investors, these traditional investors going on web pages, going on public environments, and really stating these huge, bold statements, right? What is this? 30% out of, like, so basically 70% of the stocks out there are better suited to be invested than crypto therapeutics. Like, you could make all these sorts of analysis. You could be in a position um, to evaluate that through financials and maybe through total addressable markets. But ultimately, it's absolutely unfair to start stacking up this industry in biotech. I mean, I can make the argument that there's absolutely no other industry that's more important than biotech, right? Gene editing companies will revolutionize this world. We are starting the wars on cancer for the first time in our history, right? We've tried to battle cancer for the past 30, 40 years. It has failed. Big pharma companies have been, literally making billions of dollars through patients with cancer, not to treat cancer, but just to regulate it. And the current ways of treating cancer, if there is a way to cure it, is absolutely outrageous. It's not scalable. And the fact that you have these companies like CRISPR Therapeutics that can cure future diseases such as sickle cell disease, beta thalassemia, that are affecting hundreds of thousands of Americans every year, hundreds of thousands of people around the world, right? Not just in North America, but in Africa, in Asia, in Europe. You see these EMA, the Europe Association, they're partnering up with a company like CRISPR Therapeutics, positioning themselves to really give full designation to this company to really treat some of these rare diseases to their communities. Again, one disease is one too many, guys, and there's 1,500 single gene disease that a company like CRISPR Therapeutics can address, but obviously they will not be able to do it. They need other companies to enter, and that's exactly what we talk about in this channel. There will be many, many other winners. Antilia, Beam Therapeutics, Editas. We will see other companies. Verve Therapeutics, they just entered the space, right? And then you have this Singapore company. I forgot the name, but there's a Singapore company too. And then the ARK Invest has been really going big on this company called like Pluritism Therapeutics. Again, these are other companies in the whole gene editing space. And then we haven't even spoken about like the genomic side of things, right? BNGO, right? And Vitae, Teladocs, right? I know a lot of you are not really big fan of Teladoc, but they're still in the healthcare industry, and you'll see other big tech companies partnering up with these gene editing companies, with these biotech companies, with these genomics companies. And I find this absolutely outrageous that you have these legacy media, you have legacy investors that are completely missing the story of biotech, they're completely missing the story of genomics, of gene editing. And again, if you rely your information and your daily news on these types of websites that we're looking at, you'll always miss the boat on these revolution technologies, right? So as an investor, you always want to be early, right? Because you want to have the highest gains in terms of monetary, right? But not just in monetary, but also you want to build that conviction, right? And if you start getting late into the game, then it'll be an industry that's way too mature for you to really have positive multiplier, right? In this channel, we don't just talk about 5, 10, 15% yearly return. Like I mentioned in the past in our previous video about wealth, we talk about 50% growth every single year in your portfolio. It's definitely possible. A lot of people have done it. Normal average citizens have done it. Blue collar, white collar jobs, people have done it just by doing research, building conviction, and really finding these industries that are revolutionary. So to me, this is absolutely ridiculous that biotech and this company is being worth 30% out of 70% of other companies out there are worth better than this company. That makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm not going to say CRISPR Therapeutics as a company should be like the best company out there. I'm not in a position to say that. But at the same time, I will deny anyone that that will claim that there are 70% of other companies better suited for investors. I think that's absolutely outrageous. But again, I do want to give credits to certain websites, to certain legacy media, such as Yahoo Finance, Alpha, Reuters, Business Wire, and so on, that are covering these companies. So, for example, Yahoo Finance here, they posted they published a paper here 11 days ago, and basically CRISPR Therapeutics up on positive data on new gene therapy, CTX001 data, and this was when Vertex and CRISPR, they released their new data, and basically they promoted the idea that this new release data is now going to push the stock forward, and perhaps we'll be reaching potential all-time highs in the upcoming near future, right? And then there's another from Seeking Alpha. This was in late May, obviously a couple of weeks ago, but they talk about how this company is a buy and a hold because it's one of the pioneers, it's one of the leading in ex vivo, it is the leading ex vivo program, CTX001, and one of the leading companies in gene editing space, obviously. And obviously, if commercialized, they'll receive a total of $1.1 billion from Vertex, which is a big pharma company, right? And if it is not commercialized, they still got 900 million upfront and still have a potential to make 40% profit sales in the future, if they do go commercial, of course. So this partnership is just amazing, right? The market cap, obviously now it's over 10 billion, but at the time it was at that point. And there's no denying that this technology exists. This is for real. This is happening. This is going on. There are clinical trials going. There are other companies entering the space. There are partnerships being built. You saw what happened with Beam Therapeutics and Verve. The whole licensing and the future profits, sales potential deal that they made. Again, this is a long-term play. You shouldn't be expecting anything within the next few months. We believe CTX001 will be approved sometime by 2022, but again, that's just speculation. This is not financial advice. You guys have to do your own research. But I truly do want to give credit to some of these legacy media platforms that have been covering some of these companies. But then again, you have these Wall Street, legacy investors that are completely missing the story, completely missing the point about biotech, completely, not understanding the dynamics of what gene editing could do, not just in terms of human therapeutics, but all about the animals, the vegetation, the plants, right? Think about world hunger, eliminating world hunger, think about eradicating all diseases, think about governments and communities stepping in, partnering up with these companies, allowing them to really have the funds to, to commercialize these products because it works. CTX001 has cured many patients and it's been months of follow-up. Data is positive. We have no reason to believe otherwise. Again, if data is positive and things are going well, you know, we shouldn't be claiming otherwise. This is facts. This is the truth. It's happening. Other companies are entering. You have newer technology, like base tech editing from Beam Therapeutics, that are showing to other companies there are efficient ways of doing this. So this is an evolving story. But then again, we still need the FDA to approve the first CRISPR drug. We believe CTX001 will be the first one by 22, and we'll see what happens then. But again, you'll see this narrative shift. You'll see Wall Street understanding this space, just like what happened with cryptocurrencies, just what happened with Tesla, right? These companies will understand. And even before Tesla and cryptocurrencies, Amazon was misunderstood by Wall Street, right? They were basically, I know a lot of you are too new to remember this, but in the investing world, but Amazon was seen to be, a cash burning company. Jeff Bezos is just burning money. He'll never see those returns in the future. This is just a company that's a, one time thing. Walmart will take them over. Other companies will build their website and compete with Amazon. But look where Amazon is today, right? Look where Amazon is today, and the same could be said about Google. When they first started as search engine, it's just a fad, and you can talk about other companies as well. Facebook as well, it's just a social media platform, and you can have your own opinion about these big tech companies. Today it's easy to look back and say, oh well, it was expected, but at the time it definitely was not clear. And I believe the same story is unfolding for these biotech companies, for these gene editing companies. There's a lot of misunderstanding. People don't understand what it is. There's no commercial product. Oh, it's just that this R&D, beautiful R&D project that will probably go nowhere. But guys, Dr. Sam has said it. Dr. Sam, CEO of CRISPR Therapeutics, has said it. We are going to war with cancer in the next 3 years. We are going to cure many diseases. We are going mass market, commercial. different companies will enter. You'll see partnerships build up. So I'm extremely excited. I really am looking forward for your input about not just these legacy investors, but what do you guys think about this space? What do you guys think about the gene editing companies? I know a lot of you are really passionate about this space, and for personal reasons, but also for future generations. So I'm looking to hear about your feedback. Leave it in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really hope you guys appreciate this video. Like this video, hit that like button, guys. Let's get this support going. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please subscribe, and we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a beautiful Friday. Thank you very much.